only one as the Hardhats play for the rest of the year. The season cannot end today, but it can. The title hopes can. Still shooting for 45. It's the same situation the Hardhats found themselves in last year after losing a second-round game. They fought out of the second losers bracket and came all the way out of it to win it. So there's definitely hope to go. Leading off for the Hardhats is going to be second baseman Aiden Roberts. It's a relatively similar lineup here today with one key switch from yesterday. So second baseman Aiden Roberts leads things off, followed by DH Wyatt Reeder. Right fielder Harry Good will be third. Cleaning up is first baseman Alex Dietrich. Third baseman Hayden Hollick will be batting fifth. Center fielder Ridge Inhofer, he's having a great tourney. He'll be sixth. Then the catcher Philip Benz, also having a great tourney, will be seventh. And in left field, we've done Zeke and we've done Tate. We're now going to try out Aaron. Aaron Roach will be batting eighth and playing left. And shortstop Wilson Kiefer will be at the 9 hole. Declan Mickley, the young freshman, left-handed freshman for St. Thomas More. He will be on the mound today for the Hardhats. So the first three for the Hardhats: second baseman Aiden Roberts, DH Wyatt Reeder, right fielder Harry Good. The middle three: first baseman Alex Dietrich, third baseman Hayden Hollick, and center fielder Ridge Inhofer. The bottom three: catcher Philip Benz, left fielder Aaron Roach, and shortstop Wilson Kiefer, with Declan Mickley on the mound. So those are yours right now. These teams have played each other twice, both at this stadium this year, in a doubleheader. The Hardhats split that one.
And Kane Clapperich. Assistant coaches Nick Ewing and Ryan Clapperich. And the head coach of Rapid City Post 22 is Kelvin Torvey.
All right, we're going to get
our umpires tonight: behind the plate, Brian Wenham. At first base, Steve Creer. And at third base, Terry Lundeen. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you all please rise and remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem, to be followed by the reading of the American Legion Code of Sportsmanship. Here to sing our Star-Spangled Banner is Claire Kramer.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And now to read the American Legion Code of Sportsmanship, a member of the South Dakota State American Legion Athletic Commission, the irrepressible John Kirshner.
Good afternoon, fellas. Great day for baseball. I know it's hot. Everybody get loosened up good, especially you pitchers. Well, I'm sure, because I'm pretty loose myself. Thank you again for playing the game. It's greatly appreciated by our organization. So with that, please repeat after me. I will keep the rules. Keep faith with my teammates. Keep my temper. Keep myself fit. Keep a stout heart in defeat. Keep my pride under in victory. Keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body. Good luck to both teams. Gentlemen, let's go play some baseball.
All right, we'd like to thank KYN TV here in Yankton for lending us their Wi-Fi partially. I'm not necessarily the closest to the router, if you've noticed some of that, but I also am not allowed in the box to broadcast this game. So that is the situation. We're outside. This is the connection we've got, but it is going to be better than days previous. It is going to be better on the basis of the fact that we are going to be on their Wi-Fi.
Defensively for the Hardhats, Aaron Roach is in left field. Ridge Inhofer in center. Aaron Roach in left.
All right, there you go.
Harrison Good in right.
So here we are.
Around the infield,
we're going to start off here on the mound for Yankton is going to be Matthew Sheldon, the strikeout break master lefty. Declan Mickley is going to be on the mound against this Yankton lineup.
Sheldon, Oswald, and Reichen, McCorkle. Sheldon.
So Yankton gets to go first in the top of the first here. Thank you all for tuning in today for Hardhats TV. This is going to be a tough one. Hardhats on the road against the number 3 team in the state, the team that they split with earlier. And even though that was before their big run, this 47 and 22 team proved that they were vulnerable to teams that they lost to earlier in the year after losing to Brookings in the opening game of this tournament. But like I said, last year, they found themselves at this exact game with the same situation. And they ended up winning, and winning. All the way to the state title, number 44 for the program. So there you go. Declan Mickley going to start things out here for the Hardhats. All right, here we are. So, Post 22 Hardhats getting ready for the biggest game of the year thus to date. They've got to channel some of that firecracker energy they brought, or you could even say the the Gopher Classic energy. If they just lose one game like they did in the Gopher Classic, where they went 4-1, they would also win state.
Letting off the top of the first for Yankton,
heading for number 44. Here we go.
Rugby Reichen.
Rugby Reichen going to lead this things off. He is a two-sport athlete going into his freshman year at Mount Marty University. First pitch is a ball. Wait, no, called strike for Declan Mickley. Mickley, the 0-1, high. Philip Bent's been tremendous both behind the plate and on the mound here today, and at the plate, behind and at the plate. A 1-1 to Reichen. That's a strike, delivered at the armpits. Good work there. The 1-2. A little bit high, sat on by Reichen. If you're wondering, yes, his name is spelled like the sport rugby. And no doubt inspired by it. So 2-2 count. Mickley gives him one that's floated into right. It will get down. So a leadoff single for Reichen will get Yankton on the board in the hits column and begin things out for them. So down in the count, Reichen able to work a hit.
Now batting shortstop number 4, Drew Reichen.
All right, so Drew Reichen now up. Not the brother of rugby, cousin actually. All related though. He is also going to Mount Marty. He is the only one of the Reichens that is going to be playing baseball at Mount Marty. All 3 of them going there. All right, put out a social media post. We are all good. All right, so Drew Reichen against this Hardhats team, which threw both Mickley and Palmer Jacobs against them earlier at June 20th. A bunt put down, it's pretty hard. It'll go foul. Good work there from Hayden Hollick. He waits on it to go foul, and he will let it settle. And now we're looking at 0-2. All right, so 0-2 count now. Drew Reichen getting ready. Got his cousin on first. Hardhats looking for their first out of the game. Mickley up in the count 0-2. He's known for his strikeouts. Could he get one here? Bunt shown. Taken back just a little bit high. That would have landed in a couple other people's zones I can think of, but Drew Reichen not necessarily the highest zone out of anybody here. Drew Reichen went 1 for 5 in the series against the Hardhats earlier this year. Pickoff attempt, not in time to get Rugby. Hardhats need to play like their season depends on it. No chances, nothing left up to chance. And this has to be their best baseball for the next couple days. That's skied into left. Roach going underneath it. He will get it. So out number 1 is recorded on a routine fly out to left. And Drew Reichen goes down. So Lucas Kampshoff now up. Kampshoff 2 for 6 against the Hardhats in that series earlier this year.
Now batting for Yankton, first baseman number 10, Lucas Kampshoff.
All right. Pitch. Taken high. 1-0 to Kampshoff. Kampshoff was 1 for 6. Pitch taken, strike, delivered at the upper part of the zone. We've got all-star umps from all around the state, West River, East River, the whole deal. So we're going to get some of the best umping we'll see all year here in the state tournament. Throwback is not in time. Mickley just kind of checking out on him. Mickley does have 4 pickoffs this year. Hasn't gotten one in about a month, though. He pretends to take off, swing and a miss. Are they going to get him? No. But Drew Reichen, or Rugby Reichen, takes an extra step, thinks he might take off, does not, and a swing and a miss gets strike number 2. Reichen stays put. So 1-2 now to the batter. Kampshoff lines that one up into right, and on the track, Good will make the grab. So 2 outs now, both on fly balls. Maybe not the best idea to get the fly ball thing going. This is a very small stadium in dimensions. It's 324 to left, 355 to center, and 325 to right. The deepest part of this park is in left and right
Pitcher
center,
16,
which is only 351. But navigating these batters in the top of the order is Declan Mickley. Fouled the ball off there. So it's 0-1 for Matthew Sheldon. Sheldon also has a brother on this team that is playing today. Number 8, Josh Sheldon, is at the 8-hole. That being said, Matthew Sheldon went 2 for 5 against the Hardhats in his series, batted .400 against them. So he's got a taste for Rapid City blood, one might say. So an 0-1 count here to Sheldon, taken low. So 1-1. Sheldon, the cleanup man with the man on, trying to put Yankton on the board. A tale of 2 different games the Hardhats have played so far. Reichen takes off. It's in the dirt. No play will be made. So a stolen base from Rugby Reichen will advance him into scoring position. Philip Bentz was 0 for 3 on stealing attempts, on catching people stealing in the first time these guys played. So a 2-1 count. Pitch. So that's going to be flared into right. Good. Doesn't get it. It'll drop. Reichen's coming home. The cutoff man. It's going to go straight to the plate. Not in time. And the ball is lost. They're going to throw to second. Not in time either. So the first run comes in on a single from Matthew Sheldon. Yankton takes an early lead.
RBI single for Matthew Sheldon.
I think there was a late thing. I think that Alex Dietrich, the cutoff man, was told to hold up a little.
Center fielder number 11, Cody Oswald.
So Rugby Reichen comes across to score. Like I said, this is a tale of two very different games. Nobody scored in the first four innings for either team in the game against Brookings that they lost 5-4. That's taken low. Good job grabbing it out of the dirt by Philip Bentz. So 1-1 count now here to the batter, Cody Oswald. Oswald did not face the Hardhats at any time during that series back in June. This is his first time seeing post 22. That's skied into left. Roach going after it, and play is made. So 1 run comes across on a 2-out single by Lucas Campshaw, by Matthew Sheldon, and Yankton post 12 takes an early lead, 1-0. Hardhats will get their chance to respond here in the bottom of the inning.
No hard hat errors and 1 runner left. 20 pitches for Mickley in the first inning. 20 pitches.
So, in that inning for Yankton, 2 hits, 1 run. That run was earned to the pitcher Mickley. No errors, and 1 man is left on base. It is 1-0. Hardhats will get their turn. The top of the order is due up. It's Aiden Roberts, Wyatt Reeder, and Harry Good.
The concession stand is offering free freezies to all kids in attendance. Free freezies to all children today.
Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for being such a great fan base to me all year at Hardhats TV. I've had a blast. This is not going to be the end, not only because the Hardhats, I personally believe, have it in them to win this game, but also because we are guaranteed a spot in the Central Plains region, which Hardhats TV will be broadcasting every game of by virtue of the fact that we are hosting that region. That starts August 2nd, goes through the 6th. That'll be the top teams from Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, and Minnesota for the Central Plains region. You're not going to want to miss that, August 2nd through 6th. That's under a week away.
Yankton defensively, Rugby Reichen and left. Cody Oswald in center. And
so Aiden Roberts going to lead us off here.
Around the infield, Josh Sheldon at third. Drew Reichen at short.
Roberts had a good game yesterday.
Second.
Also batted .500 against this Yankton team when he was here in June.
Starting pitcher, Matthew Sheldon.
He was brand new as well at that point.
Roberts, Reeder, and Good. Dietrich, Pollock, and Inhofer.
This was just his 3rd series of the year when he came up here, and he batted .500. Of course, now the Expo call-up is batting leadoff. Hoping the service is somewhat better for you guys. I believe it should be. We did get help from KYN TV, who offered to tag us a ride, or let us hitch a ride on their broadcast Wi-Fi, as so long as we don't interfere with their stuff. Seems like we haven't so far. Though if we do and we go offline, the other stream by KYN TV is going to be in the chat here. I appreciate you all choosing Hardhats TV. It means a lot. So Aiden Roberts going to take the first hacks of the day. That's a strike right down Main Street, delivered by the pitcher Sheldon. Matthew Sheldon helped out his own cause with an RBI single to end off that last inning. That's a ball slightly low. I don't know, maybe. So that's a ball that's slightly low from Matthew Sheldon. 1-1 count. It's smacked up the middle over to short. Handled cleanly. Roberts giving it his all. He will not get there in time. So an out is recorded. A routine 6-4 ground out to start off the game for the Hardhats. It'll bring up Wyatt Reeder. Reeder yet to face this Yankton team. He was not healthy. He had some back problems or growth plate issues.
Designated hitter, number 18,
it was hip stuff.
Reeder.
I think it was some sort of growth plate issue for most of the year. Since then, he's been fantastic, batting over 400 this year as a hard hat. Take it high. The 15-year-old with talent, and then talent on top of that. I mean, he seems to be one of the best hard hats going forward for this program. So good at such a young age. 1-0, that's a strike. Nope. Yeah, that is a strike, so 1-1. I thought that was delivered at the right place. It was indeed. So now as we look at a 1-1 count for Wyatt Reeder. Sheldon, curveball, doesn't hit the zone. He misses a little. Well, 2-1. A curveball finds the edge there, freezes Reeder, and now we're looking at a 2-2 count. Outside. Like I said, you can't tell which game it'll be for the Hardhats. It was a very slow start, 5-4, battle for every inch, non-offensive kind of game in game 1 of this tournament between Brookings and the Hardhats. And then, of course, they allowed some runs early and then blew out the other team in another game. So that'll be a walk. Full count walk drawn by the freshman, Wyatt Reeder. And that'll put one man on with one man out. So it'll bring up Harry Good. Harry Good was
Harrison Good.
Incredibly good against this Yankton team earlier this year. He went 4 for 7 with a run, 2 RBIs, and a pair of steals. They're batting at the 3-hole. Had a bad first game, recovered last game, that's low. This Yankton team has played 2 games as well. In their first game, they won 7-1 over a Renner post 307 team, which has since been eliminated from the tournament. And then they lost 16-4 in a mercy ruling with some of their best pitchers on the mound against number 2, Harrisburg Gold. That is high and inside, nearly hits Good. He ducks out the way. So it's a 2-0 count. Smacked up the middle, it will go to second. The flip to short is in time. The throw also in time. So a double play recorded to end the inning for Yankton. The Hardhats put up none in the first. They went to the top of the second, trailing 1-0.
Rapid City in the bottom of the first. No runs, no hits, no Yankton errors, and no runners left. 12 pitches for Sheldon in the first inning. 12 pitches. Earlier on today, Brookings
so the top 3 are taken down
in 6
for the Hardhats.
So Brookings has advanced to the final 4
Mac Riken will lead off this inning, the last of the 3 Rikens. This Mac Riken will be playing basketball at Mount Marty.
One more game remaining tonight. It will start no earlier than
Yankton
7:30.
won the basketball Class A state championship, or whatever the qualification is for that. I believe it's Class A.
The winner of this game
they won the state championship this year on the back of all those Rikens in a very senior-laden camp.
Or 7 o'clock. We won't know that till the
so, yeah,
late game
many of them
goes final. We do
very
know
good
whoever wins tonight's
in the
game between
basketball
Harrisburg and Sioux Falls East. That team will play the
side of
final
things.
game tomorrow night.
Drew Riken trying to keep things going here. Yankton with an early lead. Mickley, not necessarily a bad thing so far. He's just allowed a pair of bloopers into right.
For Yankton, post 12 in the top of the second. Second baseman number 3, Mac Riken.
So Mac Riken here, he went 0 for 5 with a walk and a run in his first Hardhat series earlier this year. First pitch is popped away. That'll be a foul ball, 0-1. Pitch here from Mickley. That's inside. Make it 1-1. The young freshman lefty delivers. Popped up and good. Underneath it. Makes the out. So, second out, or first out of the inning is recorded. Second time flying out to Harry Good's side. They've evened it out. 2 to the left, 2 to right. And Mickley,
the catcher, number 15, Jace McCorkle,
has allowed everything so far this game to go skyward. Singles, flyouts. Those are the only way he's recorded outs or let anything happen. No Ks so far, uncharacteristic for the young lefty. So it's a 1-0 count now here for Mickley. Mickley, a St. Thomas More player, also a pitcher with our Lee Negebauer. That's taken inside, hit him on the arm, and the man will take his base. So, exchange a bruise for 90 feet, and Jace McCorkle will take first. It'll bring up Josh Sheldon, the brother of Matthew Sheldon, who's pitching and got that RBI single earlier. Josh Sheldon, just like his brother, went 2 for 5 with a walk, the same stat line over the series against the Hardhats earlier this year. Yankton team, like I said, 16-4 blowout last night to Harrisburg Gold. At the strike, delivered on the inside part of the plate. Now we look at an 0-1 with 1 out. Man on first. Wilson Kiefer playing short today. Dom McKnight played that in the first game, though his error might have cost us the game. That's flown out of play. That was a hanging curveball, the kind of thing that you hold your breath at, but it's still 0-2. So it's an 0-2 count here for Declan Mickley to Josh Sheldon. Delivers. Fouled off. Another slow one trying to get the younger Sheldon to, you might even say a young Sheldon, to take to swing at that one early. That's going to be popped away as well. So battling here is Sheldon. Still an 0-2 count. Mickley got a ton of stuff in the tank. Seems to be relying on off speed right now. He throws a fastball, tries to catch the man sleeping. Does not get him. It's a ball, 1-2. Might have worked if it was in the zone. I don't know. So 1-2 count. Sheldon takes one in the dirt. It'll get to the backstop. Really bouncy, though. And heading to second will be the runner on the wild pitch. So the double play ball no longer in effect. After the wild pitch from Mickley, the bouncer to home gets by. So Jace McCorkle now in scoring position with 1 out here in the bottom or the top of the second. Mickley still trying to get out of this at bat. Throws another fastball right by him. The heater too strong for Sheldon, and a swing and a miss will spell doom. First K of the day here for Declan Mickley. And second out. So now Isaiah Skellhouse comes into the plate. Skellhouse, the 9-hole hitter. He pitched a complete game win, complete game 2-run win against the Hardhats back in June. He pitched last night and got blown up in that 16-3 mercy ruling at the hands of number 2 seeded Harrisburg Gold. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Hardhats don't have to worry about pitching against him. He definitely pitched his limit last night. Skellhouse, 1 for 2 against the Hardhats in that series when he was not pitching. He's the 9-hole hitter. Mickley needs to get out of this inning without surrendering a run. That's one in the dirt. Good work from Bentz. Great job to catch that one in the glove after it bounces, skips its way through the other batter's box. So the 1-1 is going to be lined. Good play! Caught by Roberts, and that'll be the inning. So one man gets on, nothing happens, and Declan Mickley leaves the second inning. The Hardhats still trail 1-0. They're going to have a chance to tie or even take the lead here in the bottom of the inning.
No hits, no Hardhat errors, and 1 runner left.
So no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no Hardhat errors, and 1 man is left on base. It is 1-1. 35 pitches, a pretty good pace here for Mickley. Currently the fielders currently the pitchers in the Hardhats bullpen, which should be available today. Declan Mickley, Lee Negebauer. Negebauer likely being saved for tomorrow's game if they were to make it. Though, of course, if you get to a point where you're going to lose the game, you might as well pitch Lee. You can't spend money when you're dead, is the saying there. So there you go. And then Jaden Moreno is back. He should be eligible yet again. And Aaron Roach, although playing left, is also eligible to pitch at some point. Same with all the rest of the fielders that sometimes pitch. Rich Inhofer, Harry Good, Hayden Hollick, that whole situation. All right, thank you all for joining us here on Hardhats TV. We enter the bottom of the second. Hardhats are leading 2-0. If you missed it earlier this game, it should be noted that this is extremely hot here today. Temperature on the field, probably feeling close to 108 on that turf. It is pretty tough. Hardhats at this is feeling of 105. This is what it looks like compared to some other very notoriously hot cities in America today, in Yankton, South Dakota. Feeling even cooler than Vegas, Nevada right now, which is in a literal desert. So there you go. Here's the bracket, Hardhats versus Yankton. Whoever wins will play the #1 seeded Sioux Falls East team tomorrow in another elimination game. It may or may not be an elimination game for Sioux Falls East, though. If they beat Harrisburg Gold today, then they will be up 1-0. They will still be in the winner's bracket side of things, but will still play every
Rapid City Post 22 Hardhats. The cleanup batter, number 27, first baseman Alex Dietrich.
So Dietrich now up to lead this thing off. Not usually a leadoff guy, but he's been really good at hitting lately. That's popped or grounded on a slapper down the left, down the third base line. Whoops. So 0-1 count. Dietrich 3 for 5 against this Yankton team when they played in June. That's smacked up the middle, bounces off the mound. The second baseman handles it. The throw to first in time. So a weird bounce doesn't turn into anything, and that'll be the first out of the inning. And it'll bring up Hayden Hollick. Hollick had some trouble so far in this tournament. Left a few guys on in the Yankton game, in the Brookings game, which might have been the decider in that, and who won that game with 4-seeded Brookings. So Hayden Hollick getting ready. Of course, this game, as with every other game, going to be streamed and recorded. It'll be posted later on the YouTube account, probably around 10 tonight. It takes a long time to upload if you're wondering why. That's high, so 2-0. That's hit high into right. Nope, into shallow right. Second baseman, Sheldon makes the grab. So out number 2 is recorded. 2 routine outs now. Hardhats yet to get a hit in this game. They're looking for their first hit of the game. Inhofer comes in. He's been I would argue the bottom of this lineup has hit better than the top part of this lineup in this tournament. Ridge Inhofer taken 4 walks so far in this tourney already. Also recorded 2 hits. He's been pretty special so far. 1-0 count to him now. That's a strike. Right? No? Never mind. Wait, is that a strike? I couldn't tell. I thought it was a strike. I didn't see any signal from the umpire. Taken inside, so now it's 2-1. 2-1. Two-one count. That's at the knees, and that'll also be low. So a 3-1 count now for Ridge Inhofer. 3-1 is also low. He will take his base. So Inhofer draws his 5th walk in just 2 and like a third games here for the Hardhats. And the other man who's been hitting like crazy in this tourney, Philip Bentz now up. He is batting 4 for 5 in this tournament so far. He may not have a hit that has gotten out of the infield, but it doesn't matter. He has been getting hits, bunt singles, normal singles, hustle singles. He's been giving his all here. Ball 1 delivered to him. Hardhats got around the bases, scored 6 runs on a lot of walks in that game against Harrisburg Maroon yesterday. That mercy ruling 14-4 through 6 innings. That's a strike. And now we look at a 1-1. Philip Bentz, been a big hitter. He had his lone triple of the year. I believe it was his only triple of the year here at Yankton Stadium, hitting one into deep right center in a leadoff position in one of those games in June. That's fouled back. And so now we look at a 1-2 count for Philip. So 1-2 count here for Philip Bentz. Pitcher delivers and called strike, so it doesn't matter. Called strike 3 on Phillip Benson, that'll be the inning. So the Hardhats don't put up any. One man gets on. We enter the 3rd inning. Hardhats still trail by just 1 run, 1 to nothing.
The second, no runs on no hits. There were no Yankton errors and 1 runner left. Pitch counts after
no
2
hits,
innings.
no runs, no earned runs, no errors. 1 man left
for Rapid
on.
City post 22, 35 for Mickley. Sheldon has 26 for Yankton.
Sheldon on pace for an easy, complete game here. Hardhats can't seem to get some going here, but this is do or die time. The loser goes home, the winner moves on. Number 45 is what the Hardhats have been after all season, and they need to notice. Well, they need to they need to play their best baseball right here, right now, to win this game against Yankton, or they're headed home tomorrow, knowing that they left it on the board, not even getting close to sniffing that title. Hardhats were able to get it out of it, were able to come all the way out of the losers bracket and win last year. After an early loss, got them in this exact same game. On day 3, they were in the losers bracket, and they got all the way around, won it all that time. So we'll see. Mickley, pitching so far. He's allowed 2 hits, and he will face the top of the order again. If he had gotten 1 more out, 1 out sooner, this game would still be tied. A 2-out single from the pitcher Sheldon, the only thing keeping Sheldon in the driver's seat right now.
Leading off the Yankton third, left fielder number 12, Rugby Reichen.
Rugby Reichen leading off this inning again. He had a leadoff single into right his first time. He also came around to score, the lone run on the scoreboard at the moment. Mickley, first pitch, taken inside for a ball. So it's a 1-0 count now here to Rugby. Rugby Reichen plays all the sports. Maybe not rugby, I don't think that's offered at Yankton High School. Strike, nope, ball. Taken inside, so Mickley misses his first 2. Reichen stands there unimpressed. A little bit of a breeze coming in now. That's skied into center. It's not going to have a lot of juice. In Hofer underneath it, and out is made. So, first fly out to center happens. The 5th fly out, or the 6th fly out of this game so far. A lot of high balls being forced by Declan Mickley.
Shortstop number 4,
all the guys getting underneath them. So, Drew Reichen now up. Reichen with a fly out earlier today. And 1 out on the board, nobody on. That's fouled away as well. So, fought off, strike 1. Mickley, inside, gets underneath the glove of Bentz. It'll be 1-1. Reichen flew out to Aaron Roach and left last time. Hardhats have been allowing a few homers. Did allow 2 yesterday. None to Brookings, though. That's going to be flared into right. It will get into the other bullpen. So, that one falling foul out of play. Harry Good was on his horse heading for that one anyways. No out to come from it. It remains 1-2. Some serious wind coming in from center trying to keep the balls in. So 1-2. It's a ground. Oh, just got his toe. And that'll put a man on. So, after leading the count 1-2, Declan Mickley puts a man on. The second hit by pitch of the day here for Mickley. And it'll bring up Lucas Kampshoff. Kampshoff, member of that basketball team
First
as well.
baseman number 10, Lucas Kampshoff.
I believe he was a forward on that team with all the little Reichens. Pitch. In the dirt, it bounces all the way to the backstop. One run, one base will be taken. And Mickley does another time, for the third time here, allows a man over to second on a wild pitch. So another run in scoring position here, all on Mickley's accord. Haven't gotten on anything off of him except for what Mickley has given him, a wild pitch and a hit by pitch. That's a high pitch, handled well. So we're looking at a 2-0 count to Lucas Kampshoff. On deck is the cleanup man, Matthew Sheldon, who had that 2-out single to put Yankton up. Pitch is going to be flared into right. Good coming in. It will drop. Good. Has a cannon. He throws home. It will get there. Good throw. They get him. And so there we are. Very good. Guns down. The runner Reichen coming home. And the second out is recorded. The run does not score. Philip Benz applies the tag, and a beautiful strike thrown from about 250 feet from Harry Good gets the out. He's been great at those all year long.
Now batting pitcher number 16, Matthew Sheldon.
On the fielder's choice, the batter does move over to second. That is Lucas Kampshoff. It'll bring up the pitcher and cleanup man, Matthew Sheldon. Sheldon got that RBI 2-out single his last time up to bring in a man from second. He could do the same here if he puts his mind to it. 1-0. Swing and a miss on a low pitch. Somehow went underneath that one. It's 1-1 count here for Sheldon. Mickley trying to get out of trouble. Swing and a miss. The second time, one lower in the zone, able to get Sheldon to swing underneath it, completely miss it. I don't know if that's a cutter with some rise. I don't know what the deal is there, but it is fooling him, is fooling the batter Sheldon. So 1-2 count. A lead shown, and going will be the runner, and he reaches over to third on a wild pitch, but also I'll give him a stolen base. He took off before that pitch was thrown. So Lucas Kampshoff stands at third base now. 2-2 count here to the cleanup man, Hansen. Another wild pitch might bring in a run. Mickley needs to get out of trouble. Keep this game a one-run game. 2-2. High, handled by Bentz. Stays in control of the Hardhats, and it goes to full now. Last time there was a full count, Mickley was able to strike out the man. Payoff pitch. Delivered. Swing and a miss! Declan Mickley, he gets out of trouble. He strands a man at third and keeps the inning scoreless. The Hardhats still trail by just one run going into the bottom of the third. We'll see if the offense can deliver this time.
One runner left. 51 pitches for Mickley after 3 innings. 51 pitches.
So for the Hardhats, or for Yankton in that inning, they got 1 hit, no runs, no earned runs. There are no Hardhat errors. 1 man is left on, another is gunned down, and it is still a 1-run game. That is the Hardhats' defense and pitching keeping them in this thing. The pitching of Matthew Hansen for Yankton has been stifling this Hardhats offense. Winner goes home. It is an elimination game. The stakes are high. I guess Yankton doesn't go anywhere because they're already at home. But still. The 8, 9, and 1 in the due-up. And for the first time this tournament, Aaron Roach will step into the batter's box. The junior left-hander from St. Thomas More High School. Tell me where you all are watching this from. I'd love to find that out. I know several parents made their way out here, but that's not a possibility for everybody, of course. I know there's grandparents from all around the country tuning in. I'd like to see where you all are tuning in from here to watch the state tournament go on.
Leading off the bottom of the third for the Hardhats, left fielder number 23, Aaron Roach.
We are at Riverside Field here in Yankton, and Aaron Roach will lead things off. Roach batted over 500 for the first half of this year, has been struggling since. Taken high, nope, strike. So 0-1 count here for Aaron. Aaron had trouble with strikeouts lately, but he's been getting good at hits all year long. A good leadoff man in this situation, taken high. He is the third left fielder shown by this Hardhats team. They brought Zeke Farley in, batted him 8th, then Tate Crossway, and now Aaron Roach. So his third left fielder. They've been toying with that position. Torby not satisfied. That's a beautiful curveball. Finds its way, hangs in the middle rack of the aisle, and that'll be strike number 2. So now we look at a 1-2 count here to Aaron Roach. Delivery from Sheldon, swing and a miss. So the strikeout's not held off by Aaron Roach there. He succumbs to what he's been struggling with the second half of this year, and that'll be out number 1.
The shortstop,
second
number 15,
strikeout for Sheldon.
Wilson Kiefer.
Wilson Kiefer now up. He will be batting here at the 9-hole position, trying to get the Hardhats something to work with. That's fouled off. He was a little bit behind that one. 0-1 count. Inside. Remember, all games here on Hardhats TV broadcast are going to be archived on the YouTube channel. They will be going up later today. If you're trying to see it in better coverage, that's hit into right. It will drop. A single from Wilson Kiefer, and the Hardhats get their first hit of the game. They break the drought and bring up the top of the order. That's a big hit here in the course of this game. The Hardhats, it only took them an inning or 2.5 innings to do it, but they got their first man on bases via single or via any sort of hit, and it'll bring up the second baseman leadoff man, Aiden Roberts.
The leadoff batter for the Hardhats, number 10, second baseman Aiden Roberts.
A flurry of contact about to come in here for Yankton between Roberts and Reeder. That's lined to the left. So a second single in a row. The Hardhats starting to string together some hits. The throw is offline, nothing far enough away to move anybody. And so now the Hardhats stringing something together. They trail by just 1 run in this game, and the man who is hitting better than anybody else on this team, Wyatt Reeder, comes into the batter's box. He got a walker here.
Number 18, Wyatt Reeder.
Still 1 out. Double play ball in effect. Force outs at third, second, and first. Just a little bit low. First pitch ball. 1-0. That curved ball just hanging out there, trying to convince Reeder to come and play. So 1-0. Taken outside. Now 2-0. Reeder took a walk his last time. If you're not going to give him anything he likes, he will not take it. He will load these bases with 1 out and give you a sac fly situation with Harry Good coming up, the last year's state tournament MVP. That's hit hard and foul. So, fouled off by Reeder. That'll make it a 2-1 count. Hardhats on the verge of tying things up here. If they can get an extra base hit, they might even take the lead with the speed of Aiden Roberts. Reeder got a double to bring in Roberts for the 4th run of the game against Brookings. Sheldon gives him 1 low. Sitting off on it. Reeder unimpressed by that one. He keeps the lumber upright, and we're looking at a 3-1 count. 3-1 to Wyatt Reeder. Pitch. Swung on, fouled away. And now we go to a full count. 3-2-1 count, my favorite count. Hardhats have 0. They're trying to get 1, 2, or 3 here in this inning. Harry Good is on deck. A walk would load the bases. A walk is helpful here right now. A single or another hit would be even better. The pitch is smacked. That should be popped up into shallow center. The shortstop wants it, makes the grab. Nobody advances, out number 2. That was a big pitch there for this Yankton team, and the pitcher Sheldon able to get out of some trouble. Now 2 outs. And it'll bring up Harry Good. Harry Good has been probably the best hitter of the season here for the Hardhats.
Harrison Good.
probably been the best part of this season on the hitting side. He needs to come through here. Big-time players made for the big stage. Harry Good was that guy last year. He was the MVP of the tournament. Brought home the golden stick. And he's being asked to drive in one of his fellow teammates at least and tie this game up here in the third inning. That's a strike delivered just at the top. So no 1 count. Very good. A lot of pressure put on him. He needs a 2-out single of his own to tie things up. The 0-1 to Good. Swung on and popped up. That should be playable. The second baseman wants it. Reichen underneath it. Makes the out. So after a pair of singles, the Hardhats strand them both, and Yankton keeps their slim 1-run lead.
22 in the bottom of the third. No runs on 2 hits. There were no Yankton errors, and 2 runners left.
So 2 hits.
42 pitches
Hardhats
for
get their
Sheldon
first 2 hits.
Yankton.
There are no runs.
51 for
no
Mickley
errors.
of the Hardhats.
And
again, pitch counts after
no
3 innings
earned
are
runs. 2 men are left on.
For Mickley
that is a
of the
tough
Hardhats,
pill to swallow for this
42
Hardhats team.
for Sheldon of Yankton.
Hardhats in desperate need of that 1 run. They cannot get, I mean, in games like this that seem to just happen where they just can't get something to work, it usually doesn't go well for them. Where they leave guys on, it's an issue. They've only left 3 guys on so far, but that is through 3 innings. It's the games where they get some hitting and can never get enough to bring somebody in. Those are the games that they lose. That's what happened in Brookings. They stranded 10 batters in Brookings.
Matchup of the 2 remaining undefeated in the tournament.
And then it reminds me of the Lincoln Southwest game. The Hardhats left a lot of guys on in that one. Lincoln Southwest made the most of it. Luckily for the Hardhats, they were at home. They had the bottom of the inning, and they heroically came back to walk that one off 8-7. But they won't have that luxury here every day. They will be the home team, though. They'll be at the bottom of the innings all the way. But this is do or die. The Hardhats need to show up here. Mickley sure has been. He's coming into his 4th inning of work, only allowing the 1 run. Timely hitting has been the remedy of a lot of problems for the Hardhats. And that includes timely walking and timely, hit by pitches and not taking pitches you don't need to. So a left-hander coming into the box now here for Yankton. That is Cody Oswald.
For Yankton in the top of the 4th, number 11, center fielder Cody Oswald.
Oswald. First pitch from Mickley is high, and it will be taken. So 1-0. Thank you all for tuning in to Hardhats TV here. Swing and a miss. So it's 1-1 now for Mickley. Mickley struck out Sheldon to end the last inning. That's taken outside. So it's a 2-1 now. Last time up for Oswald, he flew out to left to end the first inning. He's now up here in the 4th. Fouled off. That was a high pitch taken that was swung at. Just got a piece of it, and now we look at a 2-2. Mickley not expected to go the full game. Jaden Moreno will likely finish this one out for the Hardhats. Or Lee Negebauer, depending on how desperate we are. 2-2. That's going to be lined into right. It's floating to Good. He will make the out. So, a fly out to Harry Good will be out number 1. Good getting his steps in today. That is his 3rd fly out, or this 3rd play that he's had to make, or his 4th play he's had to make, 3rd fly out. He, of course, threw out the runner at home. He could get a shutout game shutout inning in the 3rd. That could come back to be huge. Mac Reichen now up. Reichen flew out to Good last time as well. The pitch able to garner a swipe at the wind from Mac Reichen. And now it's an 0-1. Mickley taken high. So we look at a 1-1 now. Reichen, the basketball star. 1-1, swing and a miss. So back-to-back whiffs for Mac Reichen, and it's a 1-2 count with 1 out here. Mickley has 2 Ks so far. He's used to getting a lot more, though this is a tough team. That is a strike. No! just off the plate, apparently. A very close one. They call it in the shadow of the zone. And so the at-bat will continue. 2-2. That is enough. That'll be a K. Mickley gets his third of the day. Hardhats get their second out. Mickley calm under pressure here in the state tournament play elimination game.
The catcher, number 15, Chase McCorkle.
McCorkle now up. He got hit by a pitch, got all the way to second before getting stranded out there his last time up. Fouled off the first pitch. Now we look at an 0-1 count. This lefty on righty matchup, not advantageous to Mickley, though he's used to pitching to righties anyways. It shouldn't be that much different. So an 0-1, outside, 1-1. Rules of platooning would say you'd put more lefties in the lineup here. Cody Oswald, the only one I've seen of a left-handed variety for Yankton. They might not have too many, though. So 1-1 with 2 outs here. McCorkle takes a strike right down Main Street, so it's 1-2 count now. Mickley, not even nibbling. He is just pounding the middle of the zone and getting swings and misses from these guys. The 1-2 count, taken in the dirt. A skipper to home will be a ball, so 2-2 count. Mickley struck out a man to end the last inning. If he can get a 1-2-3 here, it would continue his great day of pitching he's put together. Mickley fouled off. So reaching out across the plate and getting just a piece of it is Jace McCorkle. Two count. The pitch. That's just a little bit in. So full count. Mickley having trouble getting this final strike call. Last time he did that, though, with the final strike call, he sped one right past Mac Ryken to get the K, just the last at-bat. So payoff pitch, the stretch. He goes. That'll be low. So a walk to Jace McCorkle. A lot of pitches spent there. They're going to come. The coach, Clapperidge, going to come talk to his starter. I doubt they will not pull him. Coach Torvey not coming out. It'll bring up Josh Sheldon, brother of Matt Sheldon, or Matthew Sheldon. This Sheldon had some good luck against this Hardhats team last time. Went 2 for 5. He is 0 for 1 today with a strikeout swinging. It's cooled off a little. That wind definitely helping, about a 14-mile-per-hour wind coming in from center. Also going to help with the Hardhats here. At least, when they're trying to keep it a
now
tight
for
game.
Yankton, third baseman
They
number
haven't
6,
hit anything very far so far today against Sheldon. So young Sheldon comes into the box. 2 outs, a man on. Gotta watch out for wild pitches that will advance somebody. It did so with McCorkle. He thought about going then. They're gonna throw back. Will they get him? No. No, they will not. But a very close play from Philip Bentz and Alex Dietrich there. McCorkle nearly caught. He took a little bit of a jump thinking the ball would get past Bentz. It did not. So it's a 1-0 count. Pitch in the dirt. That one does get past Bentz, and McCorkle is safe at second. So 2 wild pitches in a row. Mickley's starting to run out of steam. He just needs to get out of this inning. The Hardhats can pull him after that. Put in Jaden Moreno or Lee Negebauer. 2-0 count. In the dirt, 3 straight balls delivered here to Josh Sheldon. Hardhats, Mickley just needs to get out of this inning. I see Coach Torby standing at the edge of the bullpen or the dugout here. No margin for error in this elimination game at state. 3-0. Mickley throws one in the dirt. That's in a walk. So that's a couple straight wild pitches. Put another man on. He just needs one more out. Coach Torby going to keep him out there. Does not have a anything to give in terms of
Base on balls brings up the right
pitching
fielder, number
pitching
14, Isaiah Skelhouse.
So a 4-pitch walk shown. 2 men on now, vote by a walk, and it'll bring up Isaiah Skelhouse, the 9-hole hitter with 2 outs, 2 men on. The throw gets through the legs of Bentz. Bentz having to contend with a lot of wild pitches here. The next wild pitch could be a scoring one. Yankton just getting here as the Hardhats. Alex Dietrich going to have a talk here with his pitcher. Mickley clearly wild at the moment. You don't want to give away a game. You don't want to give away a run in a game like this because the other team didn't have to do anything. Currently, they don't have to do anything right now against Mickley. They're just writing what he gives them. 1-0 in the dirt. So 2-0. Mickley just keeps on missing. That's 6 straight balls for Mickley. Hardhats just holding on, trying to see if they can get one more out with their starter. 2-0. There's a strike. So, after 6 balls in a row, he throws 1 strike. Now we look at a 2-1 count. Starting to get into Skelhouse. Skelhouse might have to swing at something soon. That's in the dirt. Bentz keeps it in front of him. Good work from Phil, but it is 3-1. Every wild pitch gets more dangerous as this 1-run game could turn into 2 or 3 with the wrong throw. 3-1 count. Mickley needs to find the zone. Isaiah Skelhouse trying to bring in more for Yankton. That's a strike. And so we go to a full count. Mickley delivers top left part of the zone from the batter's perspective. And now full count to Declan Mickley. The delivery. That's fouled off. A strike was delivered there, but catching up to it is Skelhouse. So we continue here. A full count. Mickley just needs to get one more out. He stranded the man on third last time by getting Skelhouse to line into a play at second. That'll be a walk. So the bases are loaded for Declan Mickley. This is going to be a crucial turning point in this game as the leadoff man, Rugby Ryken, comes into the box. 3 straight walks issued by Declan Mickley. He is clearly running out of steam. Hardhats do not want to pull him. They want him to just get out of this inning and then they'll do something later. They don't have somebody ready or something like that maybe. Rugby Ryken 1 for 2 on the day. This game, this at-bat is going to be crucial. You could see it come back. Could it be, because this is a swing, this could be as many as 4 runs coming in for Yankton that they would be leaving on the board if they don't get something here.
Now batting
and
for
Coach
Yankton,
Torby not going to play games. He is coming out. He will lift his starter after 3 straight walks, and the Hardhats will try to get out of this one. Eli Kelly unavailable today. He would be available tomorrow. Declan Mickley will lead the game. Mickley goes 3 2/3. He has 1 earned run, at least so far, and he strikes out 3. Jaden Moreno is going to make his entrance. Moreno,
Your
one of the best
please,
starters.
Now pitching for Rapid City Post 22 is
one of the best
30,
relievers on this Hardhats team. I'd say only behind Eli Kelly in effectiveness. Moreno has been great so far. He did have trouble though. After a couple of errors let him down with the bases loaded in the 6th, the Hardhats surrendered 4 runs over the final 2 innings of the game against Brookings, and that ended up being the deciding factor, as those runs would turn into a walk-off after a 4-1 lead turned into a 5-4 loss. So Moreno tasked with a big one here to keep this thing tight. Hardhats cannot afford to drop. Really, a 3-0 game is the worst possible thing that you could allow. If you make it a 4-run game, it becomes very hard to come back. a one-run game, very achievable. The Hardhats are trending towards making up that ground. The offense needs to come through here. Sheldon shown his humanity, allowing 2 hits in that last inning. But Moreno gonna have a tough thing to get out of. A lot of pressure being put onto Moreno here, and he is going to have to deliver. He takes a swig of some cool, purified water that are provided here by Yankton, and he will come to face the Mount Marty commit, Rugby Riken. Big moment in the course of this game.
Now batting for Yankton, post 12. Left fielder, number 12, Rugby Riken.
So Rugby Riken got a big moment here. A big turning point in this game. One of the biggest at-bats, or one of the most influential at-bats of the game so far. Taken low. A wild pitch contained by Philip Bentz. You don't want to allow anything in. If you could strand all 3 runners, that could be the key to success in a game like this. A big momentum shift going into the bottom of the inning. Hardhats could take the lead there if they could strand the runners. Swing. Yep. So a check swing not held up on by Rugby Riken. Strike 1. So a 1-1 count here to Riken. He's got bases loaded. Yankton trying to build on top of their 1-run lead with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Moreno delivers. That one's in the dirt, another skipper. So Riken holds off on that one, and it's 2-1. All 3 pitches have been low so far for Moreno. Our bus driver, Bubba, with his hands behind his head and kind of a surrender cobra. Holding his breath, a curveball finds the zone, and we go 2-2. Moreno's curveball with some serious zip. It's a great strikeout pitch. If he throws it to the outside of the plate here, like I think he will, he might get the K. That's lined, it will get through! Rugby Riken drives 1 in. Another one being told to hold up. So, 1 more run scores on a single by Rugby Riken, and Yankton takes a 2-0 lead here in the top of the 4th. So Riken comes through in the clutch when he was down to 2 strikes with 2 outs.
Drew Riken.
He's asking his cousin, Drew Riken, to do the same. Drew Riken, the only one of the Rikens to go into college for baseball. And it's the 2-hole hitter. A very dangerous one at that. He has gone 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch in this game. That's a strike. So Jaden Moreno delivers the first pitch in the zone. It's looking at a 0-1 count. Moreno, still bases loaded. If you get out of this now, it's still not that bad. Curveball outside. Good break. Not able to make Drew Riken budge. So 1-1 count. One. Pitch. Outside, 2-1. A 2-1 count now for Rugby Riken. A 2-1 count. Bases are loaded, top of the 4th. And Yankton only leading by 2 runs. They need something here. 2-1. That's going to be smacked into center. Inhofer, not going to get it. It's going to land. It's in and out of his glove. He's fumbling it. And 2 runs come in. Yankton makes it 4-0 on the single from Drew Riken.
2-run single for Drew Riken.
They've taken a commanding lead now, scoring 3 runs in this inning. In this elimination game here at home in the state tournament. Hardhats had their chances.
10, Lucas Kampshaw.
All of this rally for all 3 runs in this inning coming on 2 outs. Declan Mickley got the first 2 and then ran out of steam, walking a man with the bases loaded. That ball gets past Bentz, but not enough to do anything. But with 2 outs, Mickley walked a man with the full count, then walked another man 4 pitches, and then with a 4-1 count, walked another one. And All three of those men have come home to score now. That's smacked, foul. Hard hit ball up the line though, so we look to a 1-1 count. 4-0 game, not ideal. Hardhats have no option other than winning this. Yankton, the same deal though. They're currently in the driver's seat of this game. So 1-1 count. Moreno gives a curve ball outside, now 2-1. 2-1 count here for Jaden Moreno. Men on first and second, 2 outs. Just needs to get out of this nightmare inning for the Hardhats. Pitch is hit hard and foul. That one went to the wall. That went out, nearly out of the park there, to left field in foul territory. Through a 3-1 count now. Moreno, his first year with the Hardhats. He was an Expo last year. Pitch, curveball just high. It did not clip the edge of the zone on the way out, so a 3-2 count. 3-2 count. Moreno looking for the final out of this inning. Campshaw tasked with extending this lead even further. Moreno, the pitch. Swing and a miss! He gets the strikeout. Strands 2 runners. 3 runs come across in the top of the 4th. Yankton has a commanding 4-0 lead here entering the bottom of the inning. So in the halfway through this game, Yankton leading 4-0.
No errors and 2 runners left. 15 pitches for Moreno. 15 pitches.
So in this game here, or in that inning for Yankton, they put up 2 hits, scored 3 runs. All 3 of them were earned to the starter, Declan Mickley. He finishes with 4 earned runs. No Hardhats errors. That's something that you can be thankful for. 2 men left on. It is 4-0. Hardhats have started to show that they can get something off of this pitcher. They got 2 back-to-back singles in the bottom of the 3rd, though with 2 men on and 1 man out, nothing ended up happening. After a pair of flyouts to shallow left and center for the undoing of the Hardhats, they will now have the middle of the order, the heart of the order come up: Dietrich, Hollick, and Inhofer.
For Rapid City, post 22 in the bottom of the 4th. First baseman number 27, Alex Dietrich.
Dietrich leads this one off, a called ball high. Dietrich is 0 for 1 in this game. He's been great alternate though, plenty of extra base hits. Takes a strike right down the middle, so 1-1 now. Sheldon pitching great here for Yankton. We had not seen him previously this year. That's a smacked one over to short. Handled cleanly. The throw to first, a lobber gets the out. So the first man gets out here. This has been the story of the Hardhats. They have not had a single leadoff man get aboard in this game. The second man gets aboard 2 out of 3 times so far, but has never scored.
Number 20, third baseman, Hayden Hollick.
The clock is ticking on the end of this season for the Hardhats if they are unable to win this one. The walls should feel like they're closing in a little bit around them, and hopefully some adrenaline, some boost comes in for this hitting side of things against Sheldon. Sheldon, of course, pitching for his very life as well. That's a swing and a miss. Hollick comes up empty on that hack, so it's 1-1. 1-1 count. Swung on and hit into left. It will ball. It finds that one locates its way directly to where the left fielder is standing. The XBA on that one probably in the mid 850s, like about 850, as that was a hard hit ball that to pretty much any other part of the park would have gotten down. Had that gotten down to pretty much anywhere else in the park, that would have been extra bases. Now, instead, it's 2 outs. Curveball does not catch the end of the zone as it comes by, and in comes Ridge Inhofer. That was a big break for the pitcher Sheldon that went directly to his left fielder. That's popped up into foul territory. Both the right fielder and first baseman going after it. Right fielder going for it. It does not land in the field of play. Lands in the home bullpen. And so now we're looking at a 1-1 count. Inhofer drawn 5 walks in this tourney. He has 1 of them today. He also has a little bit of home run power. He has 3 on the year. That's in the dirt, taken low. He did have a walk so far. That would be nice, but Philip Bent's going to be in the due-up circle. Hardhats just need base runners. Though with 2 outs, you might need something more than 1 base. That's smacked. Foul. And we go to a 2-2 count. Clock is ticking for the Hardhats to make their move. That's smacked up the line and into the dugout. It'll be foul, so 2-2. Inhofer trying to set a good example for his fellow teammates. The super senior. This is possibly the final week of his high school or of his Legion baseball career. He will not be eligible next year. The Mesa Community College super senior. Full count. Pitch delivered, swung on and fouled. Count still full. He's working up. He's making Sheldon work for it. Up to 7 pitches so far in this at-bat. This will be the 8th. The stretch. Sheldon delivers. That's a strike. No ball. Must have been just inside. I don't know. I couldn't see it too well, though. So there's walk number 6. Inhofer is contributing in a major way. He's one of just 2 men to walk in this game here for the Hardhats. He does have some speed. The catcher, McCorkle,
Philip Bentz.
The Hardhats stole 7 out of 8 bases against Yankton in just 2 games in June. They do have some speed on the bases with Ridge Inhofer. It might be wise to take second here, get him into scoring position with Bentz up to bat. Bentz slaps that one softly over to short. The flip to second in time. So Sheldon now through 4 innings of shutout ball, and we enter the top of the 5th. Yankton leads 4-0 in this elimination game.
In the bottom of the 4th, no runs, no hits, no Yankton errors, and 1 runner left. 57 pitches.
So no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no errors.
Innings,
1 man left on.
7 pitches.
Zeros for the Hardhats. So far, Jaden Moreno coming out for his 2nd inning of work. He will face the heart of this order, the 4, 5, and 6. The pitching, not been bad. Hitting, not been good so far. That's been the big storyline of the day here for the Hardhats. I just got notified that my iPhone has reached an unnatural temperature and the charging is on hold. For the record, it has been in the shade this entire time. 3 more innings for the rest of the tournament. Yankton trying to hold on, advance to the semifinals of this tournament, day 4. The Hardhats just trying to keep themselves alive in pursuit of number 45 here at the South Dakota State Tournament. First pitch strike from Jaden Moreno finds the zone on the outside part of the plate. So now it's an 0-1 count here to the cleanup man and pitcher Matthew Sheldon. That's hit. A hanging curveball is caught, and Roach loses it. Called off by Inhofer. Inhofer makes the grab. Good communication out there in the outfield leads to out number 1. So it'll bring up Cody Oswald, the lone lefty in the lineup here for Yankton.
Center fielder number 11, Cody Oswald.
Oswald had not played against the Hardhats in either of the other 2 games. He will have a slight advantage against the pitcher Moreno. Umpire unable to make the one-handed grab out there in foul territory. First pitch, foul ball, strike 1. Thank you all for tuning in here today for Hardhats TV. I'm Oliver Fell. Enjoyed bringing you games all year. Hardhats on the brink of the end of their season. Strike also at the top of the zone. So Moreno delivering pretty well here. Dealing, one may say. Oswald standing still, watching 2 strikes hit the zone. Swing and a miss! So a 3-pitch strikeout from Jaden Moreno will be out number 2. Moreno taking control of this game so far, or taking control of the game this inning. That's his 2nd strikeout swinging of the
second baseman number 3, Mac Reichen.
So Mac Reichen now up. He's 0 for 2. The only Reichen without a hit. Swing and a miss on strike 1. That slider goes all the way across the plate. And Mac Reichen stretches out trying to get it. Comes up empty. So now an 0-1 count for Moreno. Curveball low and outside. 1-1 count. Reichen, a combined 0 for 7 across all games against the Hardhats this year. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Moreno now leads. He's looking for a 1-2-3 inning. The pitching, like I said, for the Hardhats, not been bad. Though those 3 runs that came in under Moreno's watch in the last inning, definitely bad for the comeback chances. Beautiful curveball finds the zone, and that's a K. So Moreno, 1-2-3, they go down. A masterful inning of work with his back against the wall, and that'll be the 5th.
For Yankton in the top of the 5th, no runs, no hits, no hard hat errors, no runners left.
So no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no errors, nobody left on.
24 pitches.
That was only a 9-pitch inning for Jaden Moreno. A pair of 3-pitch strikeouts doing the work there, the heavy lifting. And it's still 4-0. Hardhats have 3 more offensive frames.
Cool by stopping by the Yankton area
the doomsday clock on their season ticking at 11:52 right now. It is getting dangerously close to exploding the bomb that is the end of their time here at the state tournament.
Optimist Club, it's a wonderful deal as they support many youth programs.
Aaron Roach,
and
Wilson
also,
Kiefer,
don't forget that
and Aiden Roberts are the duo.
KYN TV. You can search KYN TV.
Coming out for his 5th inning of work, pitching a shutout so far, Matthew
Sheldon. You can
Sheldon.
also search for them on YouTube. Check them out. KYN TV, live or archive video of every game of the tournament.
This game will be uploaded later tonight. 6:18 local time, starting to cool off a little, but still an extremely hot day out here. Hardhats definitely not helped by their hard-shelled hats they wear in the field. Those have got to be burning hot right now compared to felt
Hardhats, number
cloth
23,
hats.
left fielder Aaron Roach.
Not felt, but you get what I'm saying. Aaron Roach trying to get his first hit of the tourney. He's only had 2 at-bats. He skies one. That should be an easy pop-out. Shortstop wants it. He will make the grab. So, first pitch is an out. And Wilson Kiefer now up.
Shortstop number 15, Wilson Kiefer.
A pair of Reichens defending the middle of the infield there. Drew plays short, Mac plays second. Called strike at the top of the zone for Wilson Kiefer. Kiefer got the first hit of the game for the Hardhats in the third inning, but was left on second base. A light tap to that one will be a foul ball. So now down in the count, 0-2. Wilson Kiefer trying to come through. Not guaranteed another at-bat this season. Swing and a miss. Sheldon mows him down. That's K number 3 for Matthew Sheldon on the day. And he has made quick work. Hardhats down to their final 7 outs of the game. Trailing by quite a bit here by 4 runs.
Roberts.
And with Sheldon pitching like this, it doesn't look like an end's in sight to this. They're just going to have to adapt. High pitch taken for ball 1 by Roberts. Roberts 1 for 2 on the day. He does have a single directly after Kiefer's single. The only time Hardhats have gotten hits in this game, and they were consecutive. A very wild pitch goes high there. Maybe lost a little grip, some of the sweat from his hand doing something. Yeah, he's going to go touch up the rosin bag a little, making sure that he keeps that hand dry and grippy. That one slipped a little. So now we're looking at a 2-0 count. That's taken a little bit high again. So now down 3-0. And Aiden Roberts on the verge of a walk would bring up Wyatt Reeder in the the on-deck circle. A strike delivered right down Main Street. We'll keep that from happening, at least for one more pitch. 3-1. That's another strike right down Main Street. Sheldon delivering and locating when he wants to. So it's a full count. Taken high, and that will be a full count walk. So with 2 outs, Aiden Roberts able to get aboard, and it'll bring up Wyatt Reeder. Reeder 0 for 1 on the day, but he does have a walk.
The designated hitter, number 18, Wyatt Reeder.
On deck is the 2022 state tournament MVP, Harry Good. Hardhats need runners, and if they have to do it on 2 outs, they will, as you just have to find a way, as Coach Torby says. That's taken low. So first pitch ball from Sheldon. Sheldon pitching to a lefty. Should be a optimistic situation for Wyatt Reeder, the batter. 1-1 count, according to platoon rules, that is. Swing and a miss! He reaches for 1. They pull the string. Sheldon pulls the string out on him, and it'll be 1-2. So Wyatt Reeder is bearing down a 1-2 count with 2 outs. Hardhats need something to come through one of these times, and this might be his moment. That's strike 3. Sheldon challenges him with a fastball right down the middle, and that'll be the inning. So Sheldon through 5 innings of shutout ball, and we enter the second to last frame. Yankton up 4-0.
71 pitches for Matthew Sheldon through 5 innings. 71 pitches.
So for the Hardhats, they have no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no errors. 1 man left on. Sheldon putting together an incredible pitching performance here for Yankton today. He has been nigh untouchable. Only allowed 2 hits over 5 shutout innings. Jaden Moreno had a 1-2-3 inning his last time. He'll try to build on that. He will face the bottom of the order, McCorkle, Sheldon, and Skillhouse. Man, you look back at that 4th inning and see how crucial it was. Both those hits from the Rikens, Drew and Rugby, bringing in 3 runs. Both of those singles. Huge right now. A 4-run lead, a lot harder to overcome in just 1 inning or 2 innings. 2 innings, 4 runs is a tough comeback, especially against a pitcher as good as Sheldon. But 1 run or even just a 2-run game, have that second one not been scored, that's a doable thing to do in 1 or 2 innings.
For Yankton begins with the catcher, number 15.
Nonetheless, this is the hand that the Hardhats have given themselves. They do possess the bottom of the inning. They are the home team for this one. McCorkle swings on one. That's a high drive to left. Going back is Roach to the track and making the grab. So a warning track hit from Jace McCorkle. Stops the hearts of a few Hardhats fans here for a moment, and that'll be out number 1.
Third baseman, number 6, Josh Sheldon.
Sheldon walked, got on base on a 4-pitch walk from Declan Mickley last time. That's his first strike he's seen in a couple of innings. The last time he did see some strikes, though, he did strike out swinging. Taken high. Sioux Falls East now showed up. They're watching. The number 1 seed will play the winner of this game tomorrow night. Inside. 2-1 count. That's smacked, and Hollick handles it. Throw to first in time. So 2 outs now. Jaden Moreno retired the last 6 in order. Moreno coming through when they need him to.
Right fielder, number 14, Isaiah Skellhouse.
And buying more time for that offense. Isaiah Skellhouse now up. He has a walk and a line out to second base. First pitch ball from Moreno. Moreno not usually pitching this long, but he does have 7 innings under his belt when he pitched a complete gamer against Sheridan in the College World Series tournament. That's popped up. Bentz should be able to make the play. He is not able to do so. It swirls and falls right back behind him, and so that'll be harmlessly into foul territory. And coming on back will be the batter, Skellhouse. It'll be a 1-1 count to him. So that could have been the end of the inning. Instead, we fight on. The ball swirled back around and behind Benz. I've seen him make that catch 1 or 2 times, but more times than not, that's not catchable. 1-1. Taken low. It's something to note, though. After a pop-up like that, you're probably adding a lot of different kind of spin that'll move in the air as you watch it come down, and the wind moves it a little bit. Wind still coming in from the outfield. Moreno steps off the mound. Two-one. Inside. Low. 3-1. A walk would bring up the leadoff man, Reichen. Reichen with a pair of singles and a run, as well as an RBI today. That's a strike. So Moreno locates. Now we go to a full count. Full count, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th in this elimination game of the state tournament. Moreno stares down the batter. The payoff pitch in the dirt. So a walk issued. A 2-out walk is issued to Skellhouse, his second walk of the day. And it'll bring up Rugby Reichen. Reichen with a pair of singles on the day. He's 2 for 3. He represents nearly half of all hits for Yankton in this game here. He came through with 2 outs last time, getting that single and extending the inning in that three-run 4th inning. So 1-0. Inside pitch from Moreno. And on deck, Drew Reichen brought in 2 men with a single of his own last time. Harrisburg Gold now showing up for their game later. I believe they're supposed to set at an 8 o'clock game. So 1-0. Moreno delivers. The man takes off. Bentz throws to second. It will not be in time. No, they call him out. He slid past the bag. Roberts holds the tag, and that'll be the end of the inning. So caught stealing is Isaiah Skellhouse.
No runs, no hits, no rapids hitting.
A 2-4 putout will be the end of things. Yankton has no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no errors. Nobody left on base. And Jade Marino on 37 pitches, nothing to be worried about. Just go, you got to pitch whatever you got to do to win this game now. And coming out for his 6th inning of work, pitching a masterpiece so far, is the pitcher Matthew Sheldon. He's gone through 5, just allowing 2 hits, which happened in succession in the 3rd inning from the Hardhats. He'll face I would argue, the best part of this, well, at least the most power-filled part of this lineup. Very good Alex Dietrich and Hayden Hollick, the big arms, being asked to step up here. Combined, they are 0 for 6 in this game against Matthew Sheldon. Sheldon was not shown against the Hardhats in their 2-game series earlier this year. The man who got ripped up yesterday, that being Skellhouse, was the one who pitched the 7-inning, 2-run win, complete game win against the Hardhats in their split back in June. Well, it's now or never. Hardhats need to come through. And who better than Harrison Good to lead things off?
6 for the Hardhats is the right fielder, number 14, Harrison Good.
Harry. Hardhats down to their final 2 frames, down by 4 runs. He's trying to get something to work. He pulls back a bunt as one hits the dirt. So now we go to 1-0. Harry showing bunt. He's been kind of unsuccessful on his bunts, I'd say, so far. Taken high. So it's a 2-0 count. A walk as good as a single to lead things off here. The Hardhats just need to start getting runners. Another high one. Sheldon nibbling away and missing for the 3rd straight time. He's now down 3-0 in the count. Good. Takes a strike at the top of the zone. So it's a 3-1 count. Sheldon able to locate on that one. Don't want to hang anything too juicy for Harry, though. That's a strike as well. So Sheldon pounds a fastball in the zone. He's come back from the 3-0 count. We run full. Last time he went to a full count, he walked Aiden Roberts. Sheldon with 4 strikeouts on the day, though, including 1 to end off the last inning. That is high. Very good. Unfazed, unimpressed by that payoff pitch. He will head to first. And the leadoff man is aboard for the first time this game.
Now batting first baseman.
That's a huge step for the Hardhats.
Dietrich.
Dietrich now up. He takes walks sometimes. He did take 3 in a game one time against Maple Grove. Outside pitch. Dietrich doesn't budge. It's 1-0. Got a man on first. Nobody out. Hardhats down by 4. They need to come up with it. Another high pitch. So working himself into a hole here is Matthew Sheldon. They're going to have a quick talk with him. The infield is going to have a discussion. This is the kind of self-destructive pitching that ended up happening to Declan Mickley back in the 4th inning, where after getting the first 2 out, he walked 3 on and 3 came across. This is what the Hardhats capitalized on against Harrisburg Maroon yesterday in their 6 and 5 run innings. They had very few hits in either of those innings, but had plenty of walks and hit by pitches. Dietrich 0 for 2 in the game, trying to come through here. The cleanup man just needs to be another guy. He's taken a lot of hit by pitches this year, though. For the big righty that crowds the plate, swing and a miss at one very high. Can't be one that Torby likes there. When you're ahead 2-0 in the count and you swing at one. But he saw something he wanted. It was not there. It was a high pitch. That's low. So now a 3-1 count. Dietrich filled with poise, looking at a 3-1. Hardhats down to their final 6 outs of the season. That's also in the dirt. Sheldon walks 2. So the Hardhats get 2 men on to start off this inning. No guarantee of runs, but this is definitely the kind of thing you want to happen.
Third baseman number 20.
So Good is now on second.
Hollick.
And Hollick is on first. Or sorry, Dietrich's on first. Hayden Hollick, the RBI master, the manager, going to come out for Yankton, come talk to his pitcher. I doubt they're going to pull him. He's only on about 85 pitches. And he is been pitching a shutout through 5. There is some warm-up action in the bullpen, though. This is a must-win game for Yankton. They don't want to play any games. But right now, I would keep Sheldon in just on the basis of how good he's been over the course of this whole thing. He's let guys on multiple times, even as far as second base. Never allowed him even further than that. Stranded everybody he's faced so far, which has been 5 runners over 5 innings. So the mound visit. The umpire, they will pull Sheldon. Sheldon will leave with a 5-inning masterpiece to his name. So Matthew Sheldon leaves the game, pitching 5 innings with 0 earned runs, only 2 hits allowed, and 4 strikeouts. He is the pitcher of record. He did more than his part in this elimination game, and coming out of the bullpen now, a reliever for Yankton.
Your attention, please. Defensive changes for Yankton.
Another righty.
Moving from the mound to second base is number 16, Matthew Sheldon.
So Sheldon will move to second.
Number 16, Sheldon, now playing second base. Moving from second base to right field is number 3, Mac Ryken. Number 3, Mac Ryken moves to right field. And now pitching for Yankton, number 19, Mark Cottle. Number 19, Mark Cottle now pitching. He will bat in the number 9 spot in the order. Sheldon goes to second, Ryken to right. Cottle, the new pitcher. And Matthew Sheldon through 82 pitches. 82 pitches.
So Mark Cathell entering the game. Sheldon will stay in the lineup. He'll move to second base. And now moving into right will be the previous second baseman, Mac Ryken. And that'll mean that Isaiah Skelhouse has left the game for Cathell batting ninth. Hayden Hollick still got the same pressure on him. Nobody out, 2 men on. Hardhats in desperate need of runs. They don't have to do it all in an inning, but they need to do something in this inning. 2 runs would get you halfway there. It's not ideal, but it's progress. Just the 1 would at least prove that you could score. But they will be facing a new pitcher for the first time, which you might be saying, that doesn't sound like a good thing. It might be. Sheldon has been shutting down this Hardhats lineup all game. There are 2 men on, nobody out in this elimination game. The magic needs to be found. Here comes Hayden Hollick. He's had a really tough tournament, leaving a lot of guys on in clutch situations. Maybe now he overcomes that and comes through. That's a strike. Never mind, ball. I thought that might have been a strike on the edge of the plate. It was not. So 1-0. Cathell. Checking on the runner. Checking on Good. Time called and issued. So 1-0. In the windup, being told to shut it down and come back. Thank you all for tuning in here. The Hardhats TV finally getting some good signal. That's smacked. Foul, the first baseman. That's going to be Kampshoff running into foul territory, unable to get it. It went out of play. So 1-1 count now here for the Hardhats. Hayden Hollick, a big situation in this game. Cathell throws in the dirt. Able to sit on it is going to be Hayden Hollick. He's unimpressed with that pitch. Will ask for another. The throw over the pitcher's head. Good, not moving anywhere though. Not far enough away to do something. Maybe if he already had a lead or something, then he might take off. But you don't do that when you're just doing a routine throw back to the pitcher. Did see somebody score on that earlier this year, but they were on third. So a 2-1 count. Cathel gives one that's popped up, should be playable. The third baseman coming in on it, calling for it, and making the out. Third baseman Josh Sheldon gets the first out of the inning. Hayden Hollick now 0 for 3. And it'll bring up Ridge Inhofer. Inhofer, the kind of guy you want up right now. A pair of walks to his name.
Number 22,
both of those were against the old
Ridge
pitcher Sheldon,
Inhofer.
though. Inhofer with 6 walks on the tourney so far. He has been doing a small marathon. With 1 out, 2 men on. He smacks one softly over to the pitcher. He will just go to first. He will get the out. So out number 2. Cathel making good use of his, doing good work so far. And so Philip Bentz being asked to come through in the big moment. He's got 2 runners in scoring position. If the Hardhats fail to score these, it'll almost certainly spell doom on their season. Yankton going to be riding the arm of Mark Cathel, trying to see if he can get out of this. It would do a great job in assuring them of something. That was a hanging ball. Bentz had a good job swinging at. He went a little bit underneath. Cottle? Okay, Cottle. Sorry, thank you. So 0-1. Fouled off. It should be playable. The first baseman, Kampshoff, no. It will go out of play. It tailed outside. It looked playable for a moment. So now down in the count 0-2 is Philip Bentz. He's known as a fighter. He'll turn 0-2s into 4-2s. And first AB Phil being asked upon. He's been hitting great this tourney with four singles. He smacks one. Should be soft over to short. Reichen gets it. Throw to first. Not in time! Lugging a single out is Philip Bentz, and the Hardhats are on the board.
RBI single for Philip Bentz.
Philip Bentz, that is the same kind of hustle single that he's put up all tourney. That's his 5th hit of this tournament. Batting over 500. And the first run comes across for the Hardhats. That is a big hit from Philip Bentz. Now the runner still on third is going to be Alex Dietrich. And Aaron Roach being asked upon. He's looking for his first hit of the tourney. He's been struggling with K's lately. He flew out to to lead off the last inning. He smacks one in the deep left. It's going to the wall, on the track, and caught. Wow. So it's caught there on the warning track by the Yankton left fielder. That is Rugby Reichen. That looked like it could have tied things up. It comes up about 15 feet short. And so going into the final frame of this game, the Hardhats put up 1, and they now trail 4-1. Man, I thought I just saw something crazy there.
For Cottle, 9 pitches. Your attention, please.
So to recap
now
that inning
pitching for Rapid
the
City
Hardhats.
Post 22. Number 12, Lee Negebauer.
Lee Negebauer now coming out for the
Number
Hardhats.
12,
So to recap
Negebauer,
for the
now
Hardhats, they
pitching
get
for the
1
Hardhats.
hit. They do
Jaden
score
Moreno,
1 run. It is earned to the old pitcher Sheldon, so he does not get a shutout. No errors, 2 men left on, and it is 1-4. That is progress. Hardhats have made 6 walk-offs this year, including a 5-run comeback against Lincoln Southwest and the veterans, and a 4-run comeback against Cheyenne Post 6. So with their backs against the wall, they've been able to do it, but never in a situation this high. I guess in the Firecracker Championship, they were down by just 1 run, made a 2-run homer to walk it off with Harry Good. But the bottom of the order will come up. Well, the 9, 1, and 2 are in the do-up. That's Kiefer, Roberts, and Reeder. But Jaden Moreno leaves the game. He did his part. Pitched 2 1/3. With no earned runs. And how many Ks? Did he get 4? No, he just got 3. and Lee Negebauer now in. There's no point, you know, you can't take your money with you to heaven. So you got to throw out your best guys.
Leading off the top of the 7th for Yankton, post 12, the
elects
left
for Lee
fielder,
Negebauer.
number 12, Rugby Reichen.
So now facing the top of the order, Rugby Reichen will lead things off. Reichen having a great day at the plate so far. He is 2 for 3 on the day. Lee Negebauer, the lefty, coming in. Hardhats went lefty, righty, lefty on their pitchers today. Strike. Strike. No, ball. Slightly high, so now behind in the count is Lee Negebauer. Reichen, a walk as good as a single here in the leadoff position. Trying to extend this lead, put it out of reach for Yankton. Ensure themselves a game tomorrow night. Strike. No, yeah, it was strike. So base, full count now to the leadoff man, Rugby Reichen. Lee Negebauer, the payoff. Leaned into and fouled off. So we're looking at a full count still. Fought off there by Reichen, 12 on 12. Negebauer and Reichen. That was a strike nonetheless. That was a good, strong fastball by Lee, but Reichen was able to catch up to it. Full count again. The payoff pitch. Smacked up the middle. Right, oh! Right to the shortstop keeper, and it goes through his glove. He lowered it slightly, and it bounced off the top of the glove. I don't know if that'll go down as an error. We'll see what the scorers decide. That might be an error. It is. So it'll go down as an error on Wilson Keeper.
Number 4, Drew Reichen.
That ball was a liner straight with some speed at Wilson Keeper. He lowered his glove slightly too much. It bounced off the top of it. Drew Reichen put out his bat there for a bunt, hit it very foul, so now 0-1. So the first man gets on. That could be a problem here. The error from Dom McKnight at short may have cost the Hardhats a double play that could have ended the inning and gotten them a win against Brookings in the first time here. Another shortstop error might be their undoing in this one. So 0-1 to Drew Reichen. Reichen 1 for 3 with a hit, or 1 for 2 with a hit by pitch. Pickoff attempt not in time. Rugby Reichen gets back. It was a very convincing fake throw though. He really didn't turn his head until the last moment for Lee Negebauer. He's a lefty. He can just stare at the first base without having any problems. Bunt shown, put down. Negebauer cleanly fields it. Underhand to first in time, so the sack bunt successful. It'll advance through Rugby Reichen over to second. Yankton just gunning for that one run that they can score here. They think one more run, nullifying the last inning, should be good enough. And I have to agree. They are definitely looking at a better situation
Sacrifice
right
bunt
now.
by Reichen brings up the first baseman, number 10, Lucas Kampschoff.
Hardhats definitely pinned into a corner here with the end of their season in sight. They will play in the regional, the national regional anyways by virtue of hosting. That's a swing and a miss. Fastball down the middle gets Kampschoff. Kampschoff 1 for 3 on the day with a single. No interesting thing about this game. Not a single person has gotten more than one base on a hit. It's been straight singles for every team. Great job there from Philip Benz to keep that one in front of him. Of the 8 hits here today, all of them one-basers. Man, I really thought that Aaron Roach one was heading out. There is some wind coming in from center, but I don't think that would have been enough to keep it in the yard. That's lined. It will get through all the way to the wall and left. Rugby Reichen will come in. 1 run will score. The throw from Roach over to the cutoff man and a double. Just as I'm talking about, it's all singles. Yankton gives themselves another insurance run with a double from Lucas Kampschoff. His second hit of the day. And Yankton now leads 5-1. They are putting a cherry on top of this game so far, and they're going to do everything they can. Keep their foot on that gas pedal.
Second baseman, Matthew Sheldon.
There is no playing around. It is do or die here in this game, in the state tournament elimination game. This would be a very early exit for what the Hardhats were thinking, but exactly what the seed said would do to them as a 5 seed coming in. Hardhats came into this game winning 17 of their last 20, and they are on the verge of going 1-2 here at state. Fouled off, so 1-1 count to the cleanup man, Matthew Sheldon. Sheldon is the pitcher of record. He pitched 5 what was shutout innings, turned into 1-run scoring in the 6th, so he does have 1 earned run, but he would be the pitcher of record in this game. He already has an RBI single in this game, getting a man from second home. That was a hanging ball, timed up a little bit late by Campshaw, or not by Campshaw, by Sheldon. Campshaw still over there on second. This would be a very anticlimactic end of the season for the Hardhats. Lee Negebauer tasked with keeping this thing close for a dramatic rally if the Hardhats can muster one. Foul ball again. So we remain at a 1-2 count. Negebauer does have a lot more Ks than the average pitcher for the Hardhats. Sheldon did strike out swinging to Declan Mickley back in the 3rd. Just fouled that one off. An inside pitch and a swing nearly vertical downwards. Able to get a piece of it, fights it off, lives to see another pitch for Matthew Sheldon. Sheldon putting up an incredible performance here today for Yankton. Yankton post 12. Owing him a great amount of gratitude, just a little bit up and outside, so we look at a 2-2. Sioux Falls East watching, they'll play the winner. Hardhats do have the advantage being in the bottom of the inning. They do have a lot of walk-offs this year, but that doesn't change anything else. That is a strike blown out into right. Good has it. He has a cannon. He makes the grab. He will throw to third. That is a good throw. Not enough. A little bit off target. So out number 2 is recorded. It'll advance the runner. So now Campshoff sits on 3rd, and Cody Oswald is up to bat. Oswald, the only lefty in this lineup for Yankton, he is 0 for 3 today.
The center fielder, number 11, Cody Oswald.
He has been the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd outs of innings. But a single here would make up for all of it, I think. So Negebauer trying to get out of some trouble. Negatron on the mound, delivers a strike. First pitch strike. So 0-1, he gets ahead in the count. Pitch, low for a ball. Just a little. Thank you all for tuning in to Hardhats TV. I'm Oliver Fell. The curveball finds the zone right down the middle, so a 1-2 count. Four runs is a lot to come back from, but the Hardhats are going to have to try to do so. They try to keep it not 5. A high curveball will miss the zone. We're going 2-2 now. Hardhats season holding on by a thread. Yankton looking like they might extend theirs at their home field, Bob Tarashiski Stadium. Riverfront field, that goes down. Bench thought he had it, then thought he didn't, and then realized he kind of did. So we go to a full count. Now against Oswald. Oswald has a strikeout in this game. He does not have a walk. Some clapping going on, getting everybody excited. The payoff pitch, Negebauer out of the stretch. Ball, a little bit wide. So now runners on the corners with 2 outs. Negebauer not able to get the out there, and he will have to face Mac Reichen.
Now batting for Yankton, the right fielder, number 3, Mac Reichen.
These in, Negebauer's got to pitch like he has 1 run to protect in this situation here, as every run matters, as they've only got 3 outs to come through with at least 4 runs. Throws one in the dirt. Good job from Bentz. He digs one out the pellets on a potentially wild pitch, saves a run from coming across. Throwback, not in time. So it's still 1-0. 1-0 to Mac Reichen. Mac Reichen, is the lone Reichen without a hit today. He has 2 strikeouts, 1 swinging, 1 looking, 1 to Moreno, and 1 to Mickley. Another ball inside, so we look at a 2-0 count. Negatron just trying to get that final out, give it over to his offense to finish this thing off. That's just a little bit in. So Negebauer down in the count, 3-0. He does have a base to give, but he would be bringing up Jace McCorkle, who's gotten on base 2 out of 3 times. Negebauer, high. So he does have a base to give. He loads the bases. Coach Torby going to come talk to him. I don't think they're going to pull him. Who are they going to pull him for? Aaron Roach? Hayden Hollick? Bridge Inhofer? Harry Good? Not a normal pitcher. And certainly someone from the field. So Lee will be pulled. Bases loaded. Lee Negebauer finishes the game with 0.2 innings pitched. He has no earned run, or 1 earned run, at least, and he struck out none.
Your attention,
wait, that
please,
isn't an
for the
earned run.
defensive changes for the Rapid City
No
Plus
earned
22
run.
Hardhats. Entering the game is number 21, Dominic McKnight, to play shortstop.
Is that Wilson Kiefer?
McKnight will now be in the number 2 spot in
Is
the batting
Wilson
order
Kiefer
and
about to pitch?
shortstop. Rapid
He
City
is.
Post 22 no longer has its designated hitters. So McKnight will bat second and play shortstop. Moving from shortstop to the mound, the new pitcher, number 15, Wilson Kiefer. Kiefer now pitching. Negebauer ends the day with 29 pitches. 29 pitches for Negebauer.
So Wilson Kiefer will make his first Hardhats pitching appearance of the season on the biggest stage. He is tasked with putting out the fire. That does have implications too, because Wyatt Reeder now taken out of the lineup for Dom McKnight. Not a terrible trade, but Reeder was in the do-up for this soon-to-be deciding final inning. Hardhats just never really got something going. Yankton's pitching and defense stout. I think they, in retrospect, pulled Sheldon at just the right time before he loaded the bases with nobody out, and might have saved themselves a run or 2. That single from Phillip Bentz, the lone RBI, and even that was pretty close, relying on a...
Now batting for Yankton, catcher number 15, Chase McCorkle.
So Jace McCorkle comes into the batter's box. Bases loaded, 2 men out. Swing and a miss on a high one. Wilson Kiefer throws his first strike of the season. He's pitched nothing but strikes so far. So 0-1 count. Kiefer, high. I always said Kiefer had quite the arm on him and should be a pitcher. I always asked that question. Apparently he did it last year, but I haven't seen him do it all year this year. So 1-1. Kiefer, strike, nope, ball. a little bit outside, flies too wide. This would be a great upset for Yankton, and the rest of the field would take a collective sigh of relief getting the defending champ Hardhats out of the tournament so early. So now 3-1 count. Kiefer gonna have to slow himself down here. 3-1 count to McCorkle. McCorkle does have a walk on the day. A walk would bring in a run. The throw high, and one more will score. The goalpost moves a little bit further, and it's not looking great for the Hardhats here as they walk in a run.
Third baseman number 6, Josh Sheldon.
That's going to be skied into center, and Hofer makes the grab. So that will be it. The Hardhats surrendered 2 more runs at the bottom of the 5th, or the top of the 7th, and now they trail 6-1. They are going to have to come through with this. In the bottom of the 7th, the Hardhats will enter the inning down 5. They did so against Lincoln Southwest once. They came back in that game. They have one time this year come back from 5 runs down in the bottom of the 7th. It was a magical moment when they did. And they just need to find a way. That magic that comes with the state tournament needs to be harnessed here. No margin for error. The Hardhats on the ropes here, awaiting possibly a knockout punch from Mark Cattle. Or Cattle, yeah. In that last inning, just the one hit from Yankton, that being Lucas Kanshoff's double. There was one hit, 2 runs. Neither of them were earned. There was one error on Wilson Kiefer, and there was 3 men left on. So it is 6-1. No margin for error. Mark Cattle forced to finish this thing out. The Hardhats have made some great comebacks this year. This would have to be the greatest of all of them. Coach Torvey always says, find a way. They'll be tasked to do just that. The midnight, the doomsday clock. It's 11:59. I'll give him a minute and a half from midnight.
For Rapid City, post 22 in the bottom of the 7th, pitcher number 15, Wilson Kiefer.
Inside pitch for a ball. A walk's as good as a single here. Hardhats need runners. That's the way that any good comeback happens. You get guys on and they can't get out. Both those Lincoln Southwest comeback and the comeback against Cheyenne Post 6 relied on errors. Yankton has given up none of them this game. So 2-0. Fouled, no, hit softly. Wilson Kiefer turning for first, no throw. Infield single on a number. So the leadoff man gets aboard. Wilson Kiefer comes through, and the first man is on. Momentum building.
Second baseman, number 10, Aiden Roberts.
The aura of the post-22 Hardhats precedes them. 44 state championships in the last 60 years, including one just last season. Aiden Roberts is up. He has reached base 2 out of 3 times, including a single. He takes a strike. Sits on a strike, so now looking at an 0-1. Really hope this Wi-Fi comes back through for you guys so you can see the finale. 0-1. Pitch. Swung on. Swatted over to short. It'll bounce off the arm of the shortstop. Reichen fails to get it. There's the error. It took several, but that's the luck the Hardhats need to have right now. That's what happened against Lincoln Southwest. That's what happened against Cheyenne Post 6. The error opens the door, and you start to think, oh, could this happen? So what could have been a double play turns into nothing.
21, Dominic McKnight.
Runners on first and second. Dom McKnight taking his first swing of the day. McKnight, good at the bunts, good at the singles. He's a contact hitter at heart with a very fast set of legs. He puts down a bunt. It's going to be handled by Cattle. Underhand to first in time. The first out recorded. That is a blow to the Hardhats. Not able to get a single, but the runners advanced. The thing is, he needed a hit there. A productive out doesn't do too much when you trail by 5. Getting those 2 runs closer makes a 6-3 loss even a little bit easier, but it doesn't do anything else. Swing and a miss from Harry. Hardhats down to their final 2 outs of the year. 0-1 count. Harrison good. He hits one hard into deep left center. It's going to be caught. Underhand catch from the center fielder. That is not Riken, that's Oswald. So the lefty makes the grab, and now the doomsday clock hits 15 seconds remaining on a sacrifice fly from Harry Good. That needed to land. That was good contact. The Hardhats do score 1, but they need to put up 5, or they need to put up 4 more runs on just this final out. Fouled off. The gang needs to keep on watching for walks more than anything else. They need base runners. They are nowhere close to this comeback. The man at home would represent the second, or they would still be down by 2 even if Dietrich hit a homer here. First pitch is a strike. So 0-1 count to Dietrich, taken high and inside. So he does sit on that one, 1-1. Walks are your friend. You could technically string it together with singles, but it's not going to be easy. That kind of catch out there in center is the kind of thing that gets through against Lincoln Southwestern Cheyenne. That kind of magic the Hardhats need on a few slight mistakes. So it's a 2-1 count. Hardhats season flashing before their eyes. With 1 out here in an elimination game at the state tournament, could they be knocked out so soon? Now with the Hardhats in vision, they have the 2nd best overall record of anybody in this tourney and won 17 of their last 13 entering. Popped up, that could be it. The third baseman coming in, catcher. Torby gets out the way, and it's in and out of the glove of the catcher. The Hardhats live on. So a 2-2 count now. McCorkle, it bounced in, it bounced out, and that will allow the inning to continue. Season flashed before their eyes. Glad it wasn't the third baseman, because then they might have called some manager interference. The catcher was never impeded in any way. Hardhats are guaranteed to play a little bit more. They'll play in the state regional they'll play in the national regionals by virtue of hosting. They are guaranteed to be in that. That will be August 2nd. But they are not ready to give up yet. Swung on and grounded up the line. It will just go foul. Foul by a matter of inches, and it will keep on going 2-2. Hardhats down to their final strike. Alex Dietrich. Pressure of Rapid City on his shoulders. That's hit hard into right or into left. It should be playable. First, the left fielder makes the grab, and that'll be it. Yankton pulls off the upset. They beat and eliminate the defending champions, and the post-22 Hardhats will leave the state tournament being eliminated in the 2nd round of the losers bracket. Yankton will advance. They will play the #1 seeded Sioux Falls East team tomorrow. And the Hardhats will head home with heads, or with their tail between their legs. They will play on, though. They'll play with the champion of this state tournament against Minnesota, Nebraska, North Dakota, and South Dakota. So post-22 Hardhats will play on, but will not do so. Their state title hopes are squandered here, or are crushed, and that'll be it. Thank you so much for watching Hardhats TV all season long. I've been Oliver Fell. For all of the people here at Hardhats TV, Wayne Sullivan, my father Mike, the whole deal, we thank you so much for spending your season with us. We will keep on playing in the regional August 2nd. Watch social media for that. But the Hardhats fall. They will not be a 45th championship in 2023.
But Yankton will play at either